Hello, my name is Spencer Kuo. I'm the Assistant Vice President of Renovo FYI. Today we're going to be showing you the Renovo FYI Financial Report Writer. Renovo FYI is a 100% browser-based financial report writer, and what we're going to look at very quickly is how you drill down on reports, design them, and distribute them. So right now we're looking at a financial report within Renovo FYI. This is just a basic income statement that's got actuals versus budget and variance, current period and year to date. You can also see over here to the left that it's broken down into various regions. So this is what we call the organizational structure. So users can do complex consolidations in Renovo FYI very easily. So here you can see I'm looking at a summary level of the report, or I can click on a particular region to see a regional roll-up, or an individual store level even. So depending on where you click on the organizational structure, it's going to change the perspective. But one of the strengths of Renovo really is consolidation. In addition, users have the ability to drill down into their financials from anywhere with nothing installed locally on their workstations. That's because Renovo is 100% browser-based. So here I'm working I'm actually using Google Chrome, but you can use Internet Explorer. And I'm looking at this income statement, and I can click on any of these values to drill down into the detail. So here I can look at sales by region, click on that by store, to the account balances, and then even to the transactional detail. It's a very simple and easy drill down, just point and click. You can also export reports very easily by clicking the export button up here at the top left, so that you can see your reports exported into Excel or PDF, for example. This is the export into Excel. You can even export it with the formulas intact and with all the detail on subsequent tabs, such as the account breakdowns and all the transactions. So drilling down and exporting is very easy, requires very little to no training. Designing the reports is really simple as well. It's designed for accountants to be able to design their own financials. In order to design a report, we'll come here to this Develop Fiscal Report. So I'm going to select one of these report designs. It's called Income Statement. This is the description. Every report in Renovo is comprised of 3 building blocks: a row, a column, and an organization. This is a very efficient way of designing reports that's been used time over time, and we use this in Renovo as well. So rows, columns, and organizations are the building blocks for every report. We'll just take a peek at a couple of the components here. So you have a row numbering, descriptions, and then the various row types. So for example, sales, this is a GL type of row, meaning it's going to pull a value from the GL, account 400. The revenue, that's just a description type of line. It's just going to print the word revenue. It's a description, it's a header. Underscores will print the underscore lines, and calculations are what you use for your formulas and totals and subtotals. So the rows go down, and the columns go across the top. In this report, we have actuals versus budget and variances for both period to date and year to date. Columns are also fairly straightforward to design and edit. So here you can see how you would pick whether this column is actual or budget, the year and the period, and then whether it's going to be a month to date or period to date or year to date. So rows and columns create the body of the report, and you can see it when you click the preview button right here. We'll be able to see how those rows and columns will fit together to produce the financials. The third building block of every report in Renovo is called the organization. A lot of people know this as a reporting tree or a hierarchy or a roll-up structure. We simply call it the organization. And this is a user-defined roll-up hierarchy. It allows you to consolidate your data at various levels of consolidation, though. So in our example, we have a summary level, and we have East, Central, and West. And within each of these regions, you have various locations, different stores, for example. The users can drag and drop things around. If you wanted to see what would it look like if store 20 was part of the central region, then I'll just drag it over there. And you define each of these by masking in the chart of accounts. So Renovo is very strong for consolidation and because of the use of these organizational rollups. Not only can we consolidate the information, but we can also distribute it out based on these rollups. So for example, if you had different regional managers and you wanted to run the report one time and burst out the reports to these various managers all at once automatically, but restrict what they can see. So for example, if I'm in the Eastern group and I get distributed this financial, I'm only going to have access to the East regional report. Likewise, if you're in the West region and I run the same report, you're going to get the West region at the same time. So how this works in practice is, let's take a look at this report. So if we were to take this financial statement and distribute it out to our distribution list of East, Midwest, and West, we use the distribution options. I'm just going to hit this distribute button. And this is going to burst it out to each of these individual people or groups of people. What they'll get is an email, for example, with either an attachment, like this. In this case, this is an attachment in PDF. Let's take a bigger look at it. And you'll see that I've only been distributed the West regional P&L or income statement because that's the region that I belong to. If we scroll down, you'll actually see a lot of the detail in here too. So we can push reports out via email distribution and attachments, or an even better way of doing it is to send them a report with just a link. This is a secure hyperlink that the users can click on. It will take them to the reports online where they'll need to log in with a username and password. And when they've logged in, then they'll have access to the area of their responsibility. So in this case, I am only able to see the West regional data. I cannot go to Central and I cannot go to East. So if you imagine we've done this now, we ran this one time for all these different regional managers. They each will log in with their own IDs and passwords, and it will dictate what information they can see. The report distribution is really a huge advantage within this report writer because it's going to save you a ton of time in preparing your reports each month, for example, and getting them out to the right people. So to summarize, with Renovo FYI, you get the ability to design reports in a very simple and easy to use user interface, distribute them out automatically to different regional or cost center managers or different store level people, but automate the distribution either via email as an attachment or as a secure link. And then the drill down. Very easy, user-friendly drill down into the data from a summary level all the way down to the transactional detail. And that is Renovo FYI.